Welcome back to Midlife Priceless. I'm Miss Margaret, and welcome to my channel. Welcome in, welcome in. I am now tuning in to make a final installment of Midnight Oil in my in these pajamas. Oh my gosh. I love these pajamas. I'd hate to do it, but it's time for me to be my own parent and call it off. It's time to let these pajamas go. I have had these pajamas now for about 2 years, and they are my favorite. But I now have a hole. Wait, let me see. Stop looking. Wait. I have a hole in one of the armpits. I have washed and worn and washed and worn and washed and worn. I wear this doggone thing. I can wear it to the mailbox and people think it's just an interesting dress. And I can sleep in it. I would never wear it to the store. I don't do that. But I can wear it to the mailbox, especially when I'm looking for something. So anyway, welcome to Midlife Priceless. This is a better day. I think the last broadcast I did, I was just feeling not myself. And it showed. And funny enough, the data showed it. Like people just weren't tuning in. They didn't respond or anything. I see you. Tap the like button, like, comment, subscribe, and share, please. And so, anyway, I just wasn't feeling my best. And I didn't look my best. I didn't feel my best. I wasn't into it. So, that's the lesson. Stop forcing it. So I am going to retire these pajamas. I still think I'm going to find an excuse to keep them. But for now, we'll just say that this is their last broadcast to be featured in. I wear them all the time. I know you all think I don't wash my clothes. I do. But these are my favorite pajamas. I have to wear them. They're my lucky pajamas. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to a creator. Her name is Being Lenora. Hey, unknown. WWE Kids. Hey, how y'all doing? Um, so I want to give a shout out to Being Lenora, Lenora. If you have not subscribed to her channel or if you never check her out, she is just a little ray of sunshine that keeps bubbling up in my feed, and I love her. I think she is wonderful. So yeah, I see 11 people. Wow. So you see what I mean? Karma, you got to give it out to get it back. Please tap the like button and also comment, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it because for a change, I have remembered to turn off my notifications and all of the things. I'm really batting 100,000, whatever they say in baseball. I don't play baseball. So, yeah, Being Lenora, I discovered because Auntie Fumi sent her to me. And I want to send back the energy for her. Oh, I saw the little hearts go up. I love it. Batting 1,000. Thank you. I suspect that unknown, you are part of a group of my subscribers who's really young. You all play baseball or something? I don't even know where you are. I think you're in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, maybe. I don't know. But if it's not you, it's okay. I'm just glad to know. But Being Lenora Lenora has the cutest little bag of sugar. Her son is just wonderful, and he is my cyberspace nephew, my YouTube nephew. I don't know her personally. I would love to. I think that she and I would do well going out to get lunch and get dressed up because she is just doing the most. I love her. Anyway, she'll see this because I'm going to tag her and send her the link. But in a nutshell, I have been working on recovering my hair. It's still a bit thin from the chemo, but that's okay. Life goes on. And I'm also working on my editing. I really have to hold myself more accountable than I've been doing. I knew it. Playing baseball in Maryland. Are you along with who are those young men? And there's another young lady. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. I can't believe I can't call their handles. It'll come to me, but I'm one of those people when I'm trying to call a name, I just can't. And I'm bad with names besides. If I don't call a name every day, I just forget after a while. So anyway, again, welcome to Midlife Priceless. I know I'm supposed to keep repeating this. It's almost annoying, right? Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you will. I would greatly appreciate it. So, what are we talking about today? Let's start off with Keisha Cole. I've been watching entertainment news to entertain myself lately. And Keisha Cole, they are criticizing one for some outfit she wore when she performed live. And yes, those shorts were too short. They did look like diapers. They were not age appropriate. And because she's been chasing behind some guy who's younger than her. And now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Miss Margaret loves her a looker. Okay, I'm not going to lie about it. A good looking man is a good looking man. I don't care how old or young he is, so long as he is of legal age, he's going to get a look from me. If I'm not sure, I look the other way. And there are a lot of young men that don't look a little bit older than they actually are. But I'm not mad at her for wanting a younger man. And here's why. Younger men have the energy that older women are looking for. If you're an older man watching this show, please don't get old. When I say get old, don't be old of spirit. Be your age, act your age, but don't kill the vibe. Let us have a good time. Can we go out and dance? Can we go to a show? Can we go out to a live event? Let's go to an art show. Let's drive fast on the racing track. Let's do something fun. Don't get to an event and then, oh, what time is it? These people, ooh, it's too late. What time is it? I could be watching my TV show. Well, congratulations. But this isn't that. So if you're going to ruin it for the lady, then just let her go by herself. I'm sure she much more appreciates you saying you don't want to go than for you to go and make it hell for everybody. You know what I'm saying to you? So anyway, if Keisha Cole wants a younger man, then have at him, honey. But I'm 60. Keisha Cole is not 60. If she's 40, I'd be surprised. All that music she's done. Excuse me, I'm crunching ice because I'm hot. All the music that Keisha Cole has done, you could take it all away. Just leave me that first album. And that's the one I want. Hey, they want to be Jale. Hi. So, yeah. I don't know that I want to see her in concert, though. I'll tell you who I want to see in concert is my homeboy, Chris Brown. Oh, my gosh. I need to see Chris Brown. I need to take my picture with Chris Brown. But now here's the thing. I don't want him, feeling on my stuff. I just want him to stand by me, put his arm around my shoulder, and I look at him because he's my nephew. And I just realized I don't have on any earrings. And I don't like that. So we're going to get some earrings on. So yeah, the other concerts I would like to go. Oh, Vibes Cartel got out of jail. I don't know if you're into. Hi, they want to be. Yes, thank you. Do I look beautiful now? I look more beautifuler because I can put on my earrings. But let me tell you something, ladies. I'm going to stop talking about Vibes Cartel for just a moment. Ladies, if you're going to wear lingerie, please don't go in your bare feet. Put on some cute high heel shoes. They're coming off. We know that. But lingerie with bare feet is not cute. It's not sexy at all. Since that's the point. But anyway, back to Vibes Cartel. Oh, and earrings. That was what made me say that. You want to be, prepared for whatever's to come. And if you really want a secret, don't tell anybody. My Aunt Joyce taught me when I was old enough to be taught stuff like this. If you want to be enchanting, at bedtime, put on eyeliner. You take off all your makeup, or if you wear makeup, but put on eyeliner. By morning, it has the most gentle little smudge going, and it is the most alluring look. It has to come hither all day long. And if you like that tip, hit like. Tap the like button. If you don't like the tip, tap the you don't like button. But I told one of my girlfriend's little sisters that when she was getting married, and she said, Margaret, I wear that damn eyeliner every night. You gotta go, unknown. Where you going? Where do I live? I live in Florida. That's where I live. So, back to what I was telling you. The eyeliner gives you that messed over look. It's sort of like a messy ponytail. It's just so cute. Oh, you going to bed, unknown. You got to get up for a job or something? I wish I had to get up for a job. I have gotten 4 jobs and they all got canceled because of what's going on in Washington, D.C. Another story entirely, trust me. So anyway, I'm watching the entertainment news. Keisha Cole came up. Um, and her I don't know if they're married or they're just whatever. They're a good looking couple, but he's still a baby, even though he looks like he's evenly yoked with her as far as age. That's the other thing. When you are dating someone younger, you're not truly evenly yoked. You talk about different things, you have a different sense of humor, you respond to things differently, your priorities are different. There are all so many things beyond the physical. So after your one night stand, two night stand, three night stand, four, bye unknown. Talk to you next time. Thank you for coming. What you're going to discover is that after the physical, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's boring. And I'm talking from a woman's perspective, a woman of age, okay? The conversation becomes trite, if not aggravating, if not inappropriate. Can I use that word? Inappropriate. What do I mean by inappropriate? It means that some of the things that a young person wants to tell you, they should not be telling you. I don't want to know how many other girls you've smashed because now I have to be thinking about diseases and infection, especially if you're in Houston. By the way, if you are in Texas and Houston in particular, listen to me. Houston got, not Texas, Houston got the highest infection rates known to man. It's crazy. Keeping my throat from getting dry. I also would hesitate to want to meet his family and friends because it only exponentially aggravates you. His friends are going to be young like he is. And the minute they call me Aunt Margaret, all bets are off. So the only thing he could do for me is be here on time. Don't try to spend the night. Or take my number, walk it across the dance floor to the next guy that I told you I want him to have my number. That's all they could do for you. Honest to God. There's nothing more to it than that. And you men who want to date these young girls, you better get your doggone child support organized, or state your requirements. If you understand what I'm saying, you ought to state them anyway, because these girls now, I'm not sure they know what their inclinations are. I want to say something. I'm searching for the words. They don't even know how to please themselves, let alone you. And that's not an age restriction on that either. I've met men that don't know what they like. And they sure can't do anything for Miss Margaret. Trust and believe. I don't know why I'm getting into that. I'm dipping out on that. I'm gonna cut and run on that one. Because I'm starting to say too much. So anyway, Keisha Cole, good luck to you, sister. I hope you find the right man for you. The one you have doesn't sound like he's a pleasure or a joy. Moving on. Cardi B. She's got a new lover. I'm not mad at Cardi B for having a new lover. I'm mad at Cardi B for being in the club twerking with her new lover. You have is it 4 children or 3? Does it matter? You're a mother and a wife. I know you're an estranged wife, but you're a wife. Lady, go home. You can invite him to your place. But this is like I just said about Keisha Cole. You're dealing with somebody younger, and he got you out in these streets like you're his age. You are not his age. And understand me, I go to the club, but I go to dance. I don't go to twerk. I need to be taken on the dance floor like a lady, twirled, and led all around the dance floor. Walk back to my seat and thanked for my time on the dance floor. That's what I want. I know that's old fashioned, but that's just how it is. And young blood ain't gonna do all that. Now, if he's with me, he might walk me back to my seat because he's gonna sit with me. But that's about as deep as it gets with these dudes. I'm serious. If you're just tuning in, welcome to Midlife Priceless. I'm Miss Margaret. Please tap the like button on your way in, subscribe, comment, and share. I'm reading comments. And you know something? I noticed that with Facebook, when I turn the camera horizontally, I get nada. I can't see the comments. Maybe it's my phone. Maybe it's a setting. I don't know. But I find the vertical works better for me in a live than the horizontal. So if you have any opinions about that, please let me know. Back to Cardi B. Pretty as a picture. That mama can slay, can't she? She's wearing that stuff. I don't give a damn whose clothes they are. She is wearing it. And I am not mad. I know she's gotten a lot of body work, and I don't want any body work for myself. I like myself just how I am. Little pudge for a stomach, bow legs. I'm 5'2". According to the charts, I'm obese. Can you imagine? But I by number in pounds, I weigh a lot. Like, you can't just pick me up. It looks like you can. You cannot. I'm heavy as lead, molten lead. But Cardi B, in my opinion, is going she's doing the Farrah Fawcett. What does that mean, Margaret? Farrah Fawcett, if you remember her from back in the day, Farrah Fawcett was so popular. They had posters. The boys had her picture up on the wall. The girls were trying to do their hair like hers. She's in every movie, every video, everything. If there was a TV show featuring Farrah Fawcett, everybody tuned in just to see how she would, do and things and things and things. Oh, she was just everything. So what happened to her, in my opinion, is she wore us out. We just got tired of Farrah Fawcett. Much like I'm tired of Beyonce. And please don't say a word to me in this chat about my feelings about Beyonce. Do I love her music? Absolutely. Do I think she should have done country? Hell no. She had no business doing country music. Not because she's not allowed or because it's not part of our heritage, but because there are so many others that are paying their dues in that genre. I don't think it was award worthy. Just my humble opinion. So what's happening now is we're Beyonce saturated, and now we're about to be Cardi B saturated. You're gonna have to reinvent yourself, mama. We're tired of seeing how sexy you can be and you showing us your pregnant stomach and your pregnant belly. And there was a time when showing your belly during pregnancy was immodest and in very poor taste. But here comes that doggone, what's her name on this? She did that cover photo, and we've been seeing pregnant bellies ever since. That doggone, what is her name? Bruce Willis's ex-wife. I can't even think of her name. Mm. uh, Demi Moore. Demi Moore. She started showing her belly. Now all of a sudden everybody's showing their pregnant belly. And that's okay for Demi Moore because Demi Moore had Demi Moore money, right? But you, rank and file lady, mother, wife, girlfriend, baby mama, whatever, you can't really afford what happens after you've done that. So I would say, you know, consider carefully whether or not this is a good idea. That's just my 10 cents. But I'm not upset with Cardi for enjoying her life, enjoying her fame, enjoying her fortune. But look what it's getting you. You got a woman living in your house talking mess to you on social media about why do you care if I'm at your house? You never come. Because you're with my husband and it's my house. I'm not sure which one comes first, lady. But Cardi, you are in the club. You have become what we used to call common. You're too common. And you want to be treated as if you're extraordinary. And you are extraordinary in so many ways, honey. But this whole business about you twerking in the club and you hit it allegedly when you were carrying your last child. How much are we supposed to take? We're becoming saturated, Cardi. Nicki Minaj somehow has managed to not saturate. She's been very successful financially and famously successful, undeniably. But she hasn't worn us out. I don't even know that I remember that Nicki Minaj has a child. I don't remember. Now, keep in mind, I'm not mainstream media all the time. But if I know that Cardi B had a baby, how come I didn't know that Nicki Minaj had a baby? Or watched when she was having or carrying this child or whatever happened. I just missed out on all of that. I just think you have to have decorum the more you age. There's nothing wrong with having a good time. Trust. Miss Margaret has a good time. But I have age appropriate good time. I wear clothes that are edgy. Never mind my my pajamas that will be retired after tonight. But I do wear edgy clothes, but I stay in my lane with it. You know what I'm saying to you? Like I'll wear a plunging neckline, but I have enough sense to know to wear foundation garments that are going to support me wearing that mess. And I only wear it at night. It doesn't go out in the daytime. There's the Miss Margaret in the daytime and Miss Margaret at the nighttime. You know what I'm saying? All right. Good. And a friend of mine told me to stop saying, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying. So, I hear Diddy is looking for a black female attorney. Huh. He wants to change the optics of having all white male attorneys. I don't know that they're white. They might be racially ambiguous. I have no idea. But I know they're not black women. And I think it's interesting that that's where he's going with it. Why? Because Diddy has spent all of his social appearances with racially ambiguous women. No hate, no shade. I'm just stating the facts. Look back in time. All of the women that he has been seen with publicly, you have to look again and wonder, what race is she? You don't have to wonder, but it comes to mind. I think this Carisha is her name. She's the most ethnically identifiable on a glance woman I've seen him with. Interesting that he wants a black woman lawyer. And let's get ready. She's not going to look like any of the women he walks around with. She's going to. What's my sister's name? Oh, man. She's going to look like, what's her name from down in the Delta that makes you cry whenever you watch the movies? I can't call her name. Oh, my goodness. Oh, either her or she's going to have that strong African look. I bet you $1,000,000,100 she's gonna look like that. Not that it should matter, but I know what it matters because that's what he has specified he must have. Like somebody like me, if I were an attorney, I'd go ahead and put in an application. Pam Esquire has a channel on YouTube. He needs to hire her if he just wants the optics. She looks, man, that's she got the sisterly look. What is that sister's name? Mm, 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 mm. One played the woman warrior. Another one was in Down in the Delta. I can call all the movie names. I can't call a name, but I told you I'm not good at names. Welcome to Midlife Priceless. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I wish you all would comment or at least tap the like button when you get here. It helps me feel encouraged and strong. Like I can do this channel thing. And I'm going to do this channel thing. I'm not going anywhere. But yeah. Can't call the names. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. His scheduled trial date is May 5th. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know that. Well, I did write to Court TV to ask them the cost of streaming. You know, how much would it cost for me to stream the Diddy trial? And I'm not sure I liked the answer or understood the answer for that matter, but I know I can't afford it. I'll be watching along with the rest of you. And I will probably, what will I do? Probably do midnight oil commentary on what I've seen that day. But like during the years when there was the O.J. Simpson trial, nothing else mattered until you saw the court coverage that day. But now here's what's interesting. It seems that because it's federal court, there will be no cameras. So you have to survive on the fumes of what do you call transcripts and things like that. Now maybe I could get the transcript. There's an idea. I'm just not a dedicated reaction YouTuber, but I might have to become one. Should be interesting. What you think? As you've noticed, I've gone back to doing this, but it's not staying. At least now it doesn't stay. It just appears and disappears. Let me see. It's not that bad. I think think I'd have made an excellent attorney. Although in court, um, the opposing counsel would probably have to continuously say, relevance, Your Honor, relevance, Your Honor, because I'm always on segue. I can't just say it like that. I have to give you all the extra stuff so that you understand my point. Relevance, Your Honor. Or if you're in New York, Yana. Relevance, Yana. Yes, I lived in New York at some point in time. So we'll see what happens with Diddy. In other entertainment news, my homegirl, Missy Elliott. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I love you some more. My girl turned it out at Coachella. Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you? Oh my God. Mama, I was up in the floor dancing with you. I loved every minute of it. I loved it. All the songs I knew, all the songs I wasn't sure I knew, but I would blah, 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 blah. I just pretend I know the lyrics. Oh my God. Mama, I'm so proud of you. I love you. You have really done yourself proud first. You've done women proud second. You've done Virginia proud third. You have done music proud fourth, and not necessarily in this order. Trust and believe. You have your own style. You have your own energy. And what I found entertaining was when I saw the shows that followed, that the performances that followed you. Why did they put you on first? You raised the bar so damn high. These mamas couldn't even hang with you. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have sent more links and things and commentary to my friends and family. It's almost embarrassing. They were like, okay, Margaret, we get it. But you had me going. Girl, you had me going. Missy Elliott, you are number one. And you earned it. You put in the work. You have not been an embarrassment to the community, not even to your family, friends, or yourself, mama. Do that damn thing. I had the same energy about Missy Elliott's performance that I had with Kendrick Lamar, except I honestly 3 times as much because Missy Elliott is of my generation in rap. Girl, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Missy Elliott, you are the bomb diggity. That's another comment from back in the day. You the bomb diggity. Woo, child. Coachella ain't gonna never get over you, honey. Mm. Did you all see the show? If you saw the show, I want to know what you thought. Who was your favorite act? I did post a short of the girl twirling the fire batons. Talk about a bucket list item that just ain't gonna never happen. I really wish I knew how to do that. I really do. But she was handling her thing. She was giving you the whole nine, right? She was something else. I I'm ashamed, but I'm not ashamed to say I'm just not a Coachella follower. You know, every year they having their thing and blah blah blah. I really don't follow it, but I think now Missy Elliott has made me want to follow it. So we'll see what happens next time. Speaking of performances, I'm going to circle back because I forgot I was talking about Vibes Cartel. I learned about Vibes Cartel when I worked in the shipping industry and I had heavy exposure to Caribbean life and culture because that was my territory. I managed marketing for 28 different islands. Can you imagine that? And now you know why I'm half loopy. Sometimes when I'm tired, I'm tired. I know when I'm tired. I worked with the most wonderful people in the most beautiful of places. And I got to meet some of the most interesting personalities, people, elected officials, name it. I've met a lot of people. The memorable one for me in entertainment is Michelle Montano. Mm, mm, mm. Talk about a young blood. Listen to me. I know he's aged a little bit because he's grown up in the game, but he's much younger than me. Not only did I meet him, I conversed with his mother because I was trying to get sponsorship from the company for one of his shows. Sparrow is another one. Sparrow was a mess, honey. He was fun to talk to, and I wonder how he is. I hope he's still giving life. You know what I mean? Very interesting. But Michelle Montano, that young man had me up hollering so hard in St. Lucia, I lost my damn voice. I didn't even know the man's music at the time, and I was rolling. I loved it. That's why I decided I would try to get sponsorship for him. How that turned out is another story, along with many reasons why it didn't work out. Nothing bad, just it just couldn't work. You know, you have to realize entertainers have a schedule a year in advance, and there's so much more to it than plugging in the microphone and telling them go ahead and sing. Doesn't work like that. Um, Musicians need their time off. You have to know and appreciate and recognize what that's all about. Excuse me, but I saw a clip of Omarion. What was that? What was that thing called? Millennium Tour 2025. Omarion, put your shirt back on. Omarion, I could loan him one of my bras the way he was looking up there. Why did he do that? Look like an idiot. You and Bow Wow. Or what is he called now? He said he doesn't want to be called Bow Wow because that's his baby name. He was a little tiny thing when I was coming up. And I enjoyed that little boy. He was so cute. Really cute. Huh. He was sitting on stage. And I mean, it looked like that was Omarion. Young man. And he's so much younger than me. Mine sit up higher than his. And trust when I tell you, mine don't sit up. But his was hanging low, like Christmas ornaments low. What a mess. I don't know who organizes that tour, but I'm told that in the past it's the one not to miss. It's the one to miss now. Go watch Chris Brown or Vibes Cartel. Speaking of which, I keep not wanting to talk about Vibes Cartel. What is that? Anyway, Vibes Cartel. When I learned about Vibes Cartel, I was living in West Palm Beach at the time. And I learned about him from all the travel with work and blah, blah, blah. Out comes a double CD set that is still in my iPhone, what do you call it? Music app. All the things that I've ever purchased. That's one thing I give Apple that. If you've ever paid for it, it will follow you everywhere. But it was a 2 CD set. And in those days, I was feeling myself. So I bought a convertible BMW, a 330 Ci, I think it was. I think that's what it was. It was black with black interior and it was convertible. And when my mother came down, I rode her around. Mama, you couldn't tell her nothing. She was like, yes, drive slower. People are watching. She was funny. But anyway, I'm hot again. The Vibes Cartel CD was the theme for me of 2010. I played that thing nonstop. Fortunately, my mother didn't understand a damn thing the man was saying. So the boom boom and all of those things, she didn't understand what in the hell he was talking about. But he was, Vibes Cartel. But it was nice. I'm happy that he's out of prison. He did, I think, 13 years. It was terrible the way that he was being treated like an animal, apparently, and his body had, you can see it on him. It's all over him like wet paint. You can see the residual of his experience. And now I want to say a word to places like the Breakfast Club and all you guys. Stop asking him, now that you out. Stop acting like his life began then. Talk about life before and life now. He don't even want to think about that mess if if prison is anything like what I've heard. Even 10% of what I heard. Who wants to talk about that? He got out of prison on a wing and a prayer. Leave it there. Nobody wants to talk about that. Seriously. If he decides to talk about it, I'm sure it'll be in a book or a documentary. But at this time, we're celebrating his release and his freedom. Leave it at that. Don't try to hold court on the man again. Well, what's that like? It's like prison. That's what it's like. So stop asking him that. It's stupid questions. Huh? But he and the dance hall queen, oh God, what is her name? Here we go, Margaret with the names. But since I'm told was there, I'm told Cardi B even attended the shows for 2 nights only, and I believe don't hold me to it. There were 2 shows each of those 2 days, so that's 4 shows. I think the man's tired. And he admitted, he said, I'm up in age now. I can't hold it like that. But it was cool. The clips that I saw, that was no problem. Um, I would say that I would have loved to see differently a scene more like what you saw in the movie Clash, Klash. If you've never seen it, check it out. You'd be surprised who shows up in there. Esposito was in it. What is her name? I need to just stop trying to call names, don't I? Anyway, welcome to Midlife Priceless. I'm Miss Margaret. If you're just joining, you probably got to go back on the replay because this is a stream of consciousness. I do this all the time. I'm sorry. Hit the like button, please. Comment, please. Share, definitely. And subscribe, absolutely. Thank you. So that's what I was wanting to say about Vibes Cartel. It was nice to reminisce. I used to go to a beach, well, a waterside restaurant on the waterway that is throughout West Palm Beach, and uh, I just remember a day when I was pulling out and I had that thing on blast. And I saw a brother on the street and he started vibing with me, and the bridge went up. It was one of those bridges that had to raise and come back down for the boat traffic below. And he and I were just looking at each other grooving. It was nice. It was nice. It was just a moment in time. It was just a moment in time, but it forever stayed with me. And after I saw the clips today, I played the 2 CD set. Yes, every single doggone cut on the album. It was 2 CD set. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm. I used to have so many CDs. It's amazing. I don't even know when I got rid of them or where I don't even know what happened to them. I just remember all of a sudden I didn't have them. Sort of like my VHS tapes. I love my movies, but I just couldn't keep. It's like dragging a truckload of things that you rarely even enjoy. And now with the digital age, it just didn't make sense. It's easier to rent it for $3.99 than to store it for $50. You gotta think about that stuff. Okay, so Terrence Howard. I love me some Terrence Howard, and not for the reasons that other people love Terrence Howard. I am the Terrence Howard in The Best Man fan. When he played that guitar, I was done. I was ready to get my pocketbook and walk up out of the theater. And trust me, I don't even hardly go to the theater, but that one got me. Got me, got me. Terrence Howard said that he suspects, allegedly suspects, said he suspects allegedly, wherever allegedly needs to fit in, put it in there, that Diddy was trying to take him to the Met. Terrence, you wore a wig, a woman's hairstyle wig. You sat for an interview in this wig, and I'm going to remind you of that. Not because I'm accusing you of anything, but because you think the public has a shorter memory than it does. And there's nothing wrong with being protective of your manhood and an advocate for men standing their ground, heterosexual men standing their ground. I have no problem with really and truly anything you said, but there's this air, this you know how they say there's almost like a what do we call that? When you see something over someone's head, sort of not a halo, but you know when they show apparitions in movies, they always have something glowing in the back. Sort of like that. There's that air of suspicion that comes with you being vocal about it, because I don't know that you needed to say that. There's an air of being a pick me. That's what I want to say. It's almost like you're being a pick me. Like you just had to attach yourself to something that's hot. Just like Ray J. Oh, he had got to be hot. And I posted on that doggone Kanye West yesterday. He seems to want to be relevant. I think he's just jealous of Diddy. That's what was my whole point yesterday. He can't stand the infamy of Diddy. So he's going to turn it up a little bit louder and a little more aggressively and just be rude and nasty about the whole thing. Seriously? Come on. If you hear noise, that's my neighbor dragging his trash can out of his driveway back to the house. Speaking of a little shorty, he's kind of cute. Ladies, he's single. I know he got at least 2 or 3 businesses that he runs. I can tell by the way he moves and what he's driving and and what he pulls in the driveway and disappear the next 2 or 3 days. That brother, he is so nice. And his mother, she always says, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey," thinking to myself, Lord. Woo, child. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So Terrence Howard, you know, I'm not mad at you. I just need you to go back to doing your physics or whatever it is that you claim you're a genius at. I'm not mad. Blue Origin. Women going into space, outer space. Not to the moon, outer space. From boarding to offboarding, I think it was 11 minutes. They were up in the sky 4 whole minutes. 4 minutes. The most popular personality that went, as we know, is Gayle King. If you saw that picture of of Gayle coming off of that monster, she did not look impressed. She did not look happy. She looked stressed. She almost looked shook. And I'm sure she was. That's a whole different situation. But here's my question. Do we have proof positive that they actually went anywhere? Number one. Number two, it wasn't worth all that money. That was a stupid gimmick trick media stunt for Jeff Bezos and that crew. I'm sick of rich people doing dumb stuff. We have people here on earth that are hungry. We have people who are homeless. Veterans, mothers, people about to lose their Section 8 vouchers. And you're doing what? I can't. I'm not mad at them, but I can't. What were you on, some Jetsons or Lost in Space or Star Trek fantasy ride? Listen, we have amusement parks for that crap. Go to the IMAX theater. They'll make you believe you've been to heaven and back if that's where you want to go. I just felt it was such a dumb stunt. And the more they tried to pump this thing, Katy Perry, I don't even care. Why do I care if Katy Perry went to the edge of the atmosphere? You didn't go to the moon, and you certainly didn't stay for a day or two. You were there for 4 minutes. Why am I supposed to be impressed with that? And it cost what, $26 billion or something crazy with a B? Or was it 2.6? Does it matter? Once you say billion, we're there now. Honestly, it just doesn't matter. 4 whole minutes. You're lucky you got back. Those people on the Titan didn't make it. Trying to be Johnny Quest and Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Stop it. Be satisfied with life here on earth as God intended, and you'll be fine. Stop trying to be more than you are. You're a human being. Stop there. It's enough. A worm in the ground would love to be a human being so they could step on your ass. Funky Dineva and the Funky Bunch, they are on a cruise this week, and Funky has not even tried to broadcast. I'm not mad, but I bet you he won't go on another cruise, and I'm not on it. Funky Dineva really upsets people with some of the things that he says and does, and I get it. I'm not mad, but I love Funky Dineva. I really do. I love his spirit. I love his fearlessness. I love him being willing to share his story in humorous ways. All of those things. All of those things. I hope they're having a good time. And I can't wait for him to get back and tell us all about it. Talking about who doing first shift, second shift, and third shift. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. I cannot provide the link where he talks about all of this. He is crazy. I just love him. I just love him. He is so funny to me. So meanwhile, China has broken rank and they're telling it all. We make all your designer wear. All that Italian best of best is made here in China. And if you want to cut out the middleman on your Louis Vuitton or your, I can't even call another one. I'm just not into fashion like that. I shop at Marshall's and Ross. What you want? Um, you can just go to them directly. All of the manufacturers are that listen. The chains are off the tongue. They telling that thing. It was inevitable. Let's be honest. If you're gonna pay $8,000 for a Jimmy Choo, why not pay 80 cents for it and get it straight from China? Red bottom shoes. Birkin bags. How dumb are you spending $10,000 on a $1 purse? All just to say you could. Maybe I shouldn't say you're dumb. Maybe I should say you're enthusiastic. Okay. So be it. So be it. So be it. So be it. I'm looking on my list of all the things I want to talk about. Oh, Mrs. Netta. Mrs. Netta did a release on Charge Your Lunch is Ready. Oh my God, that is. Does Mrs. Netta qualify? And I'm not trying to be disparaging. I mean, do we call Mrs. Netta? Is she trans or is he transgender? I don't know. I don't know what to say. And maybe I'm not supposed to say anything in terms of trying to identify gender with this individual. But Mrs. Netta is Mrs. Netta. I hear that the birth name is Joe. They did a remix of Charles Your Lunch is Ready. I wasn't mad at the first song. I can't stand to watch Mrs. Netta sing or show herself or himself. I don't need I don't know what to say, but the remix is out. Go check it out, Lord. Mm, mm, mm. The YouTubers are tearing Mrs. Netta up. Charles, I don't know what to say to you. Oh, somebody's asking about this glass. This is Tejas. This is a brewery in Houston. So now I'm turning it around so you can read it in the right direction, hopefully. It's a microbrewery in Houston. It used to be in the Fifth Ward, but they moved downtown. I used to go there for lunch sometimes. Great food. A wonderful microbrewery, although I don't drink beer. Sorry. I'm just looking over my list, all the things I wanted to talk about. Um, I guess really I should end with Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. She went to her high school reunion, if I understand the story correctly. On arrival, she goes into the school building, and the first person she sees is the janitor who was working there when she was a child, and he's now 80 years old or better. And he's pushing that bucket and mopping the floors like he always did. And the nostalgia was not lost on me. Uh, when I was growing up, the village raised you, not just your parents, the whole village, meaning your school teachers, the shopkeepers, the man who pumped gas. Yes, people used to pump gas for a living. Uh, anyone you encountered in your life and time was charged ethically with mentoring you, protecting you, all the things. And my mom was a school teacher. So one of the many things she taught us was to always respect everyone in the building, from the janitor to the principal. You don't know where you'll end up in life, and you will regret the day that you did not learn to respect people. That's what. So she goes on to, the story goes that she recognized him and he smiled at her. And by now, I'm sure he knows that who she is and that she's a child of the Texas school system in the particular building where he worked. And I'm not sure about the end of the story, but I'm pretty sure, excuse me, she did something for him and hopefully allowed this man to retire. He, what janitor doesn't deserve to retire at 80? But he's still pushing that bucket and mopping. Not good enough. We got to do better by our elderly. I'm about to be one, and y'all better do better by me. But listening to the story made me think about my bus driver, Mrs. Washington. Mrs. Washington was such a person in my childhood, in my village, that helped to raise me. She was a bus driver for the public school system, and she was also a neighbor, more to the point. She lived about a mile from our house. Mrs. Washington, my first encounter with her, she said, "You so and so's daughter?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Get on up here on my bus." And she told all the other children to go on and sit down. She ran down the deal. She said, "Let me tell you something. I'm Mrs. Washington, and this is my bus. In the morning, we're not going to talk about where you sit, and you don't sit where you want. We load from the back to the front, and you take the next available seat. You can pick which side, but you take the next available seat. On the way to school, there will be no loud talking and, having good times. I want your mind on school, checking your work to make sure you got all your homework ready. When we get to school, you're going to offload from the front to the back. Don't be rushing up here trying to get off before the people in the front seat. You get off in an orderly manner and make sure you don't leave anything behind. Because when I leave here, I'm not coming back until afternoon. In the afternoon, when you get on my bus, you can sit anywhere you like, but there will not be any hell raising on my bus, whether I'm driving it or there's a substitute driver that day. Am I understood?" I said, "Yes. Yes, ma'am. Understood." I took the next available seat and I shut my mouth. In the afternoon, did what she said was allowed, nothing more. But here's the thing. Time would pass and I decided that I could have my bacon and egg sandwich on toasted bread in my paper towel, leaving the house when I heard the bus. This particular morning, I decided I'm going to walk out the door, breakfast sandwich in hand. Keep in mind, this is during the days of latchkey children. We were taught to be responsible. Nobody walked you to the bus stop, baby. You had to just be there, okay? As I'm approaching the bus stop, I'm seeing all of my schoolmates getting on Mrs. Washington's bus. I keep walking, not in a hurried rush, definitely not a trot or a run. I'm walking because, after all, she's the bus. It's the bus. What I failed to understand is it was Mrs. Washington's bus. Mrs. Washington clapped the door shut, and pulled the hell off. And I stood there in amazement, sandwich in hand, watching the bus pass me by. She didn't even look at me. I'm running. Miss Washington, Miss Washington. Mrs. Washington kept it moving. I went back to the house. Normally, my father wasn't there during the school year. Well, different times. It just depends. But my father was a general contractor. So in the cold months, he would be home. In the summer months or the warmer months, he was nowhere to be found from sunrise to sunset. He was working. For whatever reason, as fate would have it, my father was home. I walked back to the house. I go in the house. My father said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "She left me." "Who left you?" "Mrs. Washington. She saw me running and I da. I'm telling him the whole thing. And he just looked at me and said a word. He said, "Get in the truck." I got in the truck. He took me to school that afternoon. All I had to do was get on that bus, right? I didn't say anything to Mrs. Washington. Mm. When I get back, well, by the time the bus has come back to our house for me to get off, all the children at my bus stop got off. Miss Washington said, "You sit down." I had to wait and sit in the front seat of her bus while she pulled up from the bus stop in front of the Allen's house to our house, which was not even a whole 1 minute walk. But she meant to have me in that thing. Oh, Lord. So we get up to our driveway. Here comes my father. Apparently, they'd already had a conversation. I was too stupid to know that at the time. Too young and dumb, as they say. I wasn't stupid, but I was young and dumb. My father comes out to the side to the road, and he comes over to the bus door. Miss Washington. She opens the door. My father steps into the bus, and I'm waiting for him to say something. Mrs. Washington turns around out of her seat and looks at me and says, "Let me explain something to you. This is my bus. I'm providing a service to you and your family to get you to school on time and safely. You are to wait for me. I do not wait for you. You will not come when you feel like it. You will be there when you're supposed to be there. Try me again and see if this doesn't happen a second time." She said, "I'm saying it in front of your father so that we all understand one another around here. Don't disrespect me again. Have a good afternoon." I got off the bus. I didn't say another word. My father didn't have to say nothing to me because I message received. But isn't that true of life? That's the lesson. Isn't it true of life? You are not in a position to call shots and be there when you feel like it and do it when you want to do it. You must learn, young people and old people, because we got our ways. When you are receiving a service, be where you're supposed to be. Respect what someone else is providing to you, be it free of charge or by way of financing on your part. And isn't it true of life? If you want to catch the bus in town, the bus has a schedule. The bus doesn't wait for you. You wait for the bus. Cardi B, wait for the bus. Omarion, wait for the bus. Gail King, and all you people trying to go up to outer space, wait for the bus. Keisha Cole, wait for the bus. Terrence Howard, wait for the bus. Vibes Cartel, wait for the bus. Some of them already know. Vibes Cartel has waited for the bus. He didn't have to be told this. Omarion, be a better man. Nobody's waiting for you. You have to wait for everybody else. Humble yourself. Keisha Cole. All of you, humble yourselves and wait for the bus. Okay? Bye for now.